What's up, guys? Wanted to come at y'all with a quick video on some real simple, just really simple DIY shelving for your shop. Obviously, look, you can see the studs in here. There's no insulation. That's because this is not a house. This is not a, somebody's not living in here. This is just my shop I'm setting up right now. As you can see, it's in a disarray with all kinds of junk in here, and so I'm trying to make storage in places where I can put stuff rather than just scattering it all over the floor and what have you. And so I just wanted to make this quick video to show y'all, just really simple, quick, and easy DIY shelving. So you'll see this one up here, the top shelf actually sticks out farther than the bottom shelf, and I did that on purpose. And that's because, the lower it is, the more room I'm going to want to have to move around. So up there is, clearly up above my head, above me, it's up above me. So I don't really have to worry about it sticking out as far, which means I can have a little bit more storage. And, and typically also in most of these little, what they call portable buildings, a lot of times they'll have a loft made in the interior of the building, and this one does not have, and that's okay. I would have loved to have a loft, but it just means I can build it myself or build it how I want to. And so what I opted for was the top shelf to be a little bit further out, give me a little bit more room for bigger stuff and stuff that I'm not really going to be needing access to all the time. I can just put it up there and leave it alone. And then you'll see down here, this is a smaller shelf, and that's because, well, down here's where I'm going to be needing my room to get around and move stuff around and what have you. And so anyway, the thing about what I wanted to say is that so that shelf up there, all I did was, because I had that piece of particle board that's my shelf there. I can't remember the thickness of it. It was a 4x8 sheet though, and it obviously, and it was already cut down to that size. I didn't cut that down. I had just these scrap pieces laying around, and again, like I said, my whole plan was I wanted a longer or deeper shelf up there for a little bit more storage and stuff, so that way I put, again, like I said, stuff up there that I'm not really going to be accessing a lot. So when it come time for that, I wasn't really worried about the size. I just needed to know the measurements so I knew how long to make those support 2x4s right there. And so if I remember correctly, those are 27 right there, and the lower one is 15. So about a foot farther on the top one than on the bottom one. And anyway, so like I said, though, all I did was I took the measurement of the width of that particle board and added on that stud, so that way I knew how long to make those 2x4s to go all the way from the wall all the way out to the edge of the particle board. And then the supports there are really simple, guys. All you need is, that's what I'm using, is that chop saw. I put it on 45 degree, and then I cut a 45 degree cut right there. And the only thing you really have to worry about is you just want to make sure that it's not sticking out further. That 45 degree isn't sticking out further than your your support 2x4. And so all you got to do is just whack off that end right there where it touches up against the wall. If it's sticking out too far, just whack some off of the that end down, just a straight shot. You don't even have to 45 it. If you don't, you can 45 it, but you can see I didn't 45 mine. All I did was 45 the end right there. And requires a total of 5 screws for each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a 5th screw right there. But again, that shelf there is actually a, it was a, I think a 1x8 or one, here, let me get a tape measure and I'll see real quick. 1x11.5 is what it says. So, it was just that size. I didn't cut nothing on that shelf. But I just made the supports and everything and threw them up there real quick with those, you know, like I said, 5 screws, 5 screws, and 5 screws. And, you know, but there you go, guys. Like I said, it's just a real simple DIY shelving idea for you guys if you're looking to make some storage in your shop. I guess you could probably use something like this in your home. Guessing you probably want to, you know, a little bit more, I guess, better finish, probably sanding down the wood and all that stuff. But out here in my shop, I'm not really worried about it. And like I said, it's just really just trying to get all this other stuff that's around in here. And I still have more stuff to move in here, but I want to have a place for it to go rather than just setting it all on the floor and having to trip over it and stuff like that. And so my plan is at least that top shelf up there, I'm going to keep on going all the way across this here and just have that storage up there. I don't know if I'm going to continue. I do want to put one more shelf down here to have a total of 3 shelves here, but I don't know if I'm going to continue those 2 shelves, these 2 lower shelves all across the wall. But anyway, again, like I said, it's just real simple, just DIY shelving, and you know, hopefully this video helps somebody out there. You'll notice, I mean, you see how that's off. It doesn't really matter because all I needed is that particle board to lay on there, you know. And yes, I've got screws holding the particle board down and also this one down, so that way when I go grab stuff, I don't have to worry about the whole shelf falling off on me. And so there it is, guys. Like I said, just, you know, measure, cut, and you know the old saying is measure twice, cut once. But like I said, the biggest thing is just making sure you're upright, or your support there, you know, just make sure it doesn't stick out past. You know, other than that, I mean, it's pretty simple. So hopefully this video helps somebody and, you know, help you to get more of your storage, get more storage or more place for storage in your shop and in your garage, in your area, wherever you're putting this up at. So anyway, thanks for watching. God bless, and y'all take care. All right, bye.